Okay. 06. No expectation for him to win. Obviously.
07.
07.
Get it right, mate.
06 is when my
06
boy
or 7.
D-Wade. My boy D-Wade came through.
D-Wade. 06 or 7. No expectations to win. So I'm going to give him a positive tick for that one to even get there. One positive tick.
Yeah.
2010? 2011.
Okay, wait, let's not. Don't need to talk about that.
He was the favourite. Would you say he was the favourite?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And what did he do?
He choked it.
He melted down.
He melted, yeah.
He melted down.
Some meltdown of
So
any sports.
That's one positive mark, one negative mark.
Probably two negative.
Did he have a
marks.
single-digit game in that final?
Oh, yeah. He had some awful. He had an 8. He got outscored
Was
by
it
Jason.
8-point game?
Yeah, he had an 8-point game. Got
Yeah.
outscored by Jason Terry as well. Just
Yeah,
to... Oh, yeah. I can bring it back another. You want me to bring it back a year? To when he didn't make a championship? 09-10. Cleveland versus Celtics. He had to get sedated because something was happening in his locker room.
Yeah, but even if it was something was happening in his locker room, they're outmanned anyways.
He had to get sedated.
I'm saying even if
The
And they were
Celtics
2-2.
You know the Celtics. That was the original Big Three, right?
Yeah.
You know that,
Yeah,
right?
it's the original Big Three, but they were getting older in that year.
yeah, sedate or no sedate, like they were outmanned.
That was disgusting for him. Sedated. I don't like the way he came
And
out of
then
there. They said he didn't give enough effort in that series. That's what the streets were
He was
saying.
playing with the Cleveland.
Yeah, he's playing with Cleveland.
That
Hey,
team
Mo
was
Williams was good. Mo Williams was an all-star, actually.
Mo Williams,
He was
Yeah,
an
LeBron
all-star.
made them all stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Rondo, Paul Pierce, KG, Ray Allen, and you talk about Mo Williams.
And KP.
KP. You
Prime
talk about Mo
KP.
Williams.
No, who the hell
You
is
talk about
this
Mo
kid?
Williams.
Kendrick Perkins, okay.
Prime
That's
Kendrick.
2011, 2012. Well deserved with championship against the Baby Thunder. It was to get against the team that
Baby Thunder.
Now they're babies.
Baby Thunder.
How old are their boys?
KD was cold. I don't know if he
Yeah, you don't have to say
I don't know his prime, but he's
KD
cold.
was cold. Technically, if you look back, Thunder should have been 2-0 up. 2-0 up.
But they weren't though.
Because LeBron made a foul on KD late in that game, which wasn't called. You know, LeBron getting those legacy calls. There's legacy calls.
Oh,
And if he had made that would have been 2-0.
Yes, yeah, but
You know,
if
with
you
the
go for the game, LeBron probably should have so many free throws. This is that, it goes either way.
Okay, so we give LeBron that. So that's how many negatives to how many positives? That's like 3.
I think it's
3. Did you say 3 negatives?
Yeah. No, 1. No, there's two positives, 1 negative. Okay.
Yeah.
Next championship.
I even got 2 negatives. 2010 is giving 2 negatives for that.
Okay, 2010, 2 negatives. So 2 negatives to 2 positives.
Okay.
The following year, 2013, the luckiest championship of all
Are
time.
you gonna? Are you talking
Ray
about
Allen saved his legacy.
But this.
Greg Popovich didn't put Tim Duncan in the game to get the rebound. I just can't believe what happened.
But plays like that happen though. Like that's part of basketball.
Kawhi and Ginobili.
That's why me saying Kawhi's shot in 2019 to take Raptors over Philadelphia was lucky. You saw the shot. You saw the bounces.
They had the vote ready. Spurs were about to win this championship.
Yeah, but big players make big shots.
Exactly. We're talking about at the time the best shooter of all time.
Ray Allen saved his legacy.
But you forget what
Ray Allen
LeBron
did
did
his
in the
job.
game as well. Like,
Hey,
it's not like
LeBron
had a
didn't
bad
make the
game.
shot. He clanked his shot. They saved the man.
Okay, then what happened after? Ray Allen made his big shot.
Obviously, when you deflating, when you think you won it.
That sounds like
It's
Skip
deflating.
Bayless.
Should we bring in Jordan and the shots that people like Steve Kerr have made for him and stuff like that?
Obviously, people are expected to make shots. You have
Yeah.
a team for a reason.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But
Allen.
obviously, I thought it's part of leadership. That's a leadership. If you can lead your team to make the shots, then it's greatness. Obviously, he led Ray Allen. He made the shot. You know what it is.
Okay.
Made a shot.
I don't know how you can give him a negative mark for that.
I'm not gonna
championship,
give him a negative.
Okay.
I'm
Trying
gonna
to
give
put-
him.
trying to put
I'm
asterisks
gonna give him that one is a bit astro.
though. No, it's
a
not.
bit of
No,
an
it's
asterisk.
not.
If that
They
was
had
the-
a good
if that was the
series.
game winner, fair enough, you have more credence. But that was just to equalize the game. They had more to do.
Okay. Following year,
And game 7.
2014,
Yep.
They got outplayed.
he got outplayed.
Yeah.
He didn't even look like he's LeBron. He got cramp as well. You know LeBron with the excuses.
He got outplayed.
He got outplayed. He got
outplayed.
cramp.
Bosch and Wade were.
Nope. We had
They had
guys.
injuries.
Negative.
They had a bit of injuries. They weren't their best.
They got outscored. They lost by a record
Margin.
scoring margin. Yep. So that one is a negative. LeBron can't be
fine.
losing
That's fine.
scoring
Fine.
margin.
Okay.
Now,
So where we at
20
now?
2014,
is it-
2015.
I don't think you can give him.
How many negatives you got now?
That's 3 negatives to 2 positives.
Okay.
No, isn't it? Well, no, three positives.
Oh, yeah,
'Cause
3
you-
positives.
07
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah, so 3 positive, 3 negative. Now, 2014, 2015.
Notorious.
I'm going to give him a positive for this one.
Okay,
Because he should have, obviously, no Kyrie in the finals, got injured in the first.
No love
as well. And he did battle those boys 2-1 up. Took him to his house to make it 3-1. He didn't deliver, obviously. You know how LeBron in finals doesn't normally deliver. But valiant efforts, because the cards were stacked against him and they even had to change their lineup up to beat him. I'll give him that. With his second best player being delivered over to go 6 games. That's a lot of credit. That's a lot of credit. Now, 2015, 2016. This is by far his luckiest championship. By far his luckiest championship. Let me tell you the road to his championship. EDD face.
I was about to say, you know them bot accounts on Twitter where it's like the fraud. He's about to do that. He's about to do that. Let's hear this.
The fraudulent James.
Let's hear this.
Beat the Pacers. Hawks. He beat the Hawks that year. And he beat the Raptors. Obviously, they always beat the Raptors. Then he comes to the finals against a Golden State team.
73 and 6.
73 and 9.
Yeah.
Yep, but forget what happened to the... We have to give OKC a lot of credit for that championship. They worn those boys down and they gave Cleveland a blueprint in how to beat Golden State. If only for the Clay miracle game.
And KD choked.
Who? KD what?
Your boy KD choked.
He dropped 40. He was a bit selfish that day.
He
Very
choked.
very selfish. But then in the finals, when did that finals change? When did that finals change?
Finals changed when LeBron, baited Draymond Green making an idiotic move.
He baited him. Or the league.
The art of war.
So money was changed.
The art of war. That's
Do you
what it was about.
have the accounts?
I don't have the accounts, but I'm sure if I look deep into it, I can find out what LeBron was saying. You know, LeBron
Mr. Big
probably...
Forward, do you have the accounts?
He probably give it to Rich Paul. Rich Paul probably give it to the Maverick Carter. They did it like, you know how they do it with their boys. They moved it a couple down the kind of chain. And you know what LeBron said after that one?
What?
That's the greatest championship ever, to come back from that. That's amending my legacy.
I mean, if we look at it for what it is, Team 73 and 9, they're down 3-1.
But why do we forget what OKC had Golden State down? They had him down 3-1 as well.
Okay,
And
so they lost.
Anyway, in that finals as well, there's some tidbits I wanted to put in there.
Like what?
Bogut injured in game 6 from game 5, 6 and 7.
Fifth best player.
Iguodala injured as well.
The fourth or fifth best player. Yeah.
That's a lot of depth you're missing there. And that's what the Golden State was built on.
So who they still have?
And then they had Harrison Barnes, who forgot to shoot in that finals for some reason.
Yeah, the moment was too big for him. Sorry.
So I'll give him
He
that.
wasn't ready for the pressure that the Cavs were bringing.
What's that? I'm going to...
4-3?
It's 4-3 to the positive.
Then we can just combine the next 2 years together.
The next 2 years,
we can just combine them together.
They were not great.
You know what happened to LeBron?
Yeah.
Swept it, basically friendly sweeps.
But LeBron had no chance though, realistically.
I want to give LeBron one shout.
Let's not say he had a chance.
2017, was it 2017, 2018?
Yeah.
That's one of the greatest runs to the final ever. He had no one. It was just basically him. LeBron beat those young baby Celtics. I'll give LeBron credit for that. But he get to the finals, got swept off.
Okay, but you're playing Steph, Clay, KD, Draymond.
Could have won one game.
You know what I would say? The first year
Fine.
after KD came, when they had Kyrie, maybe the dynamic between LeBron and Kyrie had become untenable. But the Houston Rockets could, really take the Golden State 7 games. I think the year after with, Harden,
Yeah, they took them 7 games.
Chris Paul and the others. LeBron, Kyrie, Kevin Love, and the others. You think on paper is better than Houston Rockets. So while Houston Rockets able to take Golden State so far, and basically the Cavs were getting gentlemen swept.
I mean, at the time, Kevin Love wasn't like a star anymore. He was just like
It's because they made him into that role, Obviously, with LeBron, that someone always has to sacrifice.
Okay, take away Kevin Love, but still, LeBron and Kyrie with Harden and Chris Paul and the rest.
Okay, yeah.
If Chris Paul and them boys can put up such a good fight, why is LeBron and his team?
So that's five negatives to 4.
That's what I would say. That I was thought about that. Why was the disparity so big when Houston have done this much?
That's true. I think about it as well, and I say to myself, LeBron, what were you doing?
Okay.
LeBron, Mr. Great, banging his hand, pretending that he had a hand injury.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. I remember that one.
Blaming JR. Should have gone to the rim.
Okay, no, but that JR thing was stupid.
What JR did was stupid.
Let's be real.
But if you put down the whole play, LeBron actually has Steph on him, and he didn't see that as a match.
I'm not gonna hear that.
Huh?
I'm not here. I don't. Whenever Skip says that, I don't hear that.
LeBron has Steph on him.
Yeah, and then your teammate is cutting to the basket with an open layup. Any guy will sense will pass it to his friend or teammate who has an open
He
layup.
passes to his friend.
If you're an NBA player and you have an open layup,
You pass it to the open.
so this great call
Yeah,
by
true.
Clay, claiming an exceptional foul. That's why defensively Clay is one of the best.
Was it Clay that far? I thought it was Draymond that
It
far.
was Clay.
Okay.
But open layup, even if you do have a mismatch, give it to your guy. Because even if he gets past Curry, they're still going to collapse on him. So, you know what I mean? But to be fair, from deep, you're shooting at a clip. You know,
Yeah, he shot. Remember, he shot one down from way downtown. You know,
what's smart basketball? You know, taking a jump shot when even though you're on fire
one from San Diego.
even though you're on fire, you're not really a reliable jump shot like that, or you're open layup.
Why can't he win one? Why can't he just win one at home?
What do you mean?
I'm
trying to see. He
broke his hand, obviously.
No, he broke his hand. He meant he checked out after the JR thing.
Yeah.
I'm not giving an excuse. That's poor. But
So what's that at? That's 6 negatives, maybe 5 negatives.
Okay,
I think it's 5-4.
The last championship.
No. You're trying to skip a year.
What?
You're trying to skip a year.
That don't count. That don't count. You weren't playing. You weren't playing. You weren't playing.
What was he doing? What was he doing? Tell me what he was doing.
He was chilling.
He was chilling with the wine.
He was chilling.
His wine,
That don't count.
bullying the young kids, bullying the kids.
That-
Got all those men traded.
That don't count. That don't count. We're not talking
Oh,
about
you're not
that.
gonna put that there. That's a
He got
plan,
injured.
yeah.
Fam.
Fam,
injured, to be fair.
that don't count.
He got injured. When he got
don't
injured,
count.
they were like 4th in the West. So you never know what LeBron could have done with those boys. in the
Okay,
past.
so
But when he came back, if I need to talk to Skip Bayless because he got that bleeper rule that we could just show of the things that LeBron was doing. LeBron was throwing the ball off the backboard.
Backboard
On the defensive end, not on the offensive end.
He was backboard Bron before there was ever backboard P.
Before P. So that now we talked about the bubble championship. Now there's 2 ways to look at it. Some people say it's the hardest. Some people say it's not that difficult. I want to get your thought. What do you think about a bubble championship that LeBron won?
It was difficult. Whether it been the hardest,
my friend, that's very mine.
I'm not too sure. I mean, the mental side of it, the pressure. Well, not the pressure, just been the fact you're being so out of routine, and you know what makes these athletes so good. They're always in their routine, their regiment. But being so out of routine, you know, having to deal with all this that's going on, like you know, all this COVID situation, it's a mental test. I mean, for all of us, we probably have a story we can test. It's been a mental challenge. That side of things, but actual playing sides, not having to travel, no fans. I mean, it's up and down. I mean, also because the teams he faced, you didn't have to face the Clippers, and from
Didn't
the
face
East,
the Clippers.
from the
Didn't
East,
face Dallas. Didn't face.
who was the best team in the East?
That's it.
From the East, at the time was the Bucks, but you know, who cares? I mean, yeah, he faced the team that's like 5th or 6th seed in the what's called in the Heat.
Face Heat.
So I don't think it's the hardest, but I don't think it's easy as well. I think it's a good championship. But if you look at the mental side of it, then yeah, you would really put it straight up there.
So that what you're saying, the hardest mental, but the reach to the final wasn't that difficult.
The talent that he had to play wasn't that difficult. It's just the circumstances.
Yeah,
So what is that? So we say 5 negatives to 5 positives.
yeah, that's a juice.
So juice. So this year is important, you know, for me, for LeBron's legacy, because there's 5 down years. It's the thing with LeBron. Okay, I heard this. He hasn't always had the most stacked team, but what happened to LeBron is that he made his own destiny on the very road he chose to avoid it. You know that phrase?
Yeah.
Do you know what he did? He went and made a super team, and then he got undid by the most ultimate super team that was ever constructed. That is just so deep.
And it looks like there's another one that's been constructed.
Yeah, so you know what happened.
Like I said, LeBron always has to win.
He always has to win. To be the greatest, he always has to win. It's difficult when someone has already set the bar. It's hard to be the person that chases
I mean,
in any sport.
it's difficult with LeBron. I mean, obviously Jordan, 6 for 6 is great. Even though, in my personal opinion, I think people put too much stake in the 6 and 0. They put too much stake where they basically, in a roundabout way, they're saying, it's better to lose in second round than lose in the finals. That's what they're technically saying in a roundabout way.
Yeah.
But also, like Jordan, he didn't win without Phil. He also had a great back office that were able to, put a good team around him. LeBron had to kind of take that into his own destiny. And by doing that, you know, he kind of set the blueprint for other guys to do it, and they've managed to do it, and you know, it's kind of, you know, come back to bite him in the backside. So it is what it is. I mean, for me personally, gets another championship, 5th MVP. Now we're really talking.
You're not winning MVP this year, so
Finals MVP. Sorry, not MVP. Finals MVP, another championship, 5. Now we're really talking.
We talk about what though?
I'm talking about, yeah, I can entertain him as
Better
a
than
goal.
Larry?
I can,
saying he's better than
he's
Larry.
really better than Larry.
Wait, man, why is Larry coming to this conversation?
Yeah, Larry's up there. But
No, but LeBron, why is Larry coming to the conversation?
I was just saying, because guys compared to, obviously, the LeBron is in that convo, but LeBron better be careful, because if KD wins this championship now, guess what? Now it changes again. Now they're going to start saying, is KD as good as MJ? That's how things happen.
Like, no one, the KD's not going to.
Are you sure? If KD doesn't win this championship now, you don't think they're going to start saying that? KD,
I feel like
the KD and LeBron discussion just heats up. I'm telling you, LeBron has let too many other people win in his era. That's what makes it so difficult.
No, but like, I feel like it's if KD wins a championship, it's not like no one expected him to win. Like, I'm not saying people are saying Brooklyn are gonna win this championship, but no one's saying that if Brooklyn wins, it's a surprise.
But
because it's not.
But what it means is that, okay, this will be the first championship where you can say that KD's the leader, or a de facto leader, that this is his team, and that will really, really endorse him.
He needs more though. He can't just have one.
LeBron has 4. Then he validates his 2.
It would.
This one will validate his other 2.
Why? Why would it validate?
Because they would say that because he won, they say that he can win, so that the 2 is just proof that. Just supporting evidence.
LeBron's always the thing. But the thing is, LeBron is always one of the lead as you say, de facto leader of the team.
Yeah,
like
we can say that.
Like, you can't say KD was de facto leader of the Warriors, because he wasn't. He
was
was the best player on the Warriors, but he wasn't the leader.
You know, championships are equal. You know, so LeBron has 4 of those. KD would have 1. The other 2, they will. You know.
Oh no, he has 3, because one of them, Kyrie was the leader.
Kyrie wasn't the leader. Yeah.
This guy, man.
I'm joking.
Kyrie was the leader. Kyrie can't lead.
Kyrie was good that series.
He can't leave.
Do you know how good Kyrie? You know how good Kyrie was?
He was great.
It was great that series.
Yeah.
He was
one of the guys on the stewardship of LeBron. You know,
he was like Rick Ross and Drake. Fam. That's how great it was that series. That was
LeBron was Rick Ross and Drake.
No, he wasn't.
I'm joking. No,
LeBron was that guy that was singing the Pink.
But yeah, this will be a big championship, because Kyrie balls out with the Nets. Then we can finally say that Kyrie can do stuff when LeBron's not there. And you know, but even though this team's very stacked, but you know, I would say Kyrie, as much as I love him as a ball player, you know, skills, the handles, you know.
Don't say something dumb, man.
Like what?
Gonna say something dumb. Watch. Listen to it.
No, I'll say it's just a strange guy. I mean, outside of the Cavs, he hasn't really done much. You know, he went to the Celtics. What did he do there? Nothing much. Before LeBron came, nothing much.
The Celtics things, it went badly from the start. Like, Hayward got injured literally 2-3 minutes into the season. It was never really the team that he was really meant to be a part of. Like, it was supposed to be him, Hayward, and then the other guys came along. And then when and Hayward got injured and Kyrie got injured, those young boys just emerged, and that was it. They're really never gonna go back into their shell again.
Yeah, but you know, the next season they didn't do much. Yeah, because without LeBron, Kyrie's always injured. That's what's been a big thing.
Not this season. No.
This season he's taking breaks. Well, right now he's on a good streak. Let's see how long he continues. But for me, like I said,
it's got Harden though now.
The Brooklyn Nets, you know, I'm not totally convinced about them. Something about the chemistry, the makeup, the leadership aspect, the intangibles. I don't know. There's something that still a bit. I still have questions that need to be answered with them. Put it that way.
We need to see all 3 of them on the court for more.
Yeah, I mean,
for a longer period of time.
I said I won't be shocked if they don't make the finals. I wouldn't shock me.
It wouldn't shock me too as well, because the Phillies.
The way you talk about them, yeah, it would.
Philly's good. Philly's good. I can't be shocked if another team's good. I'll be shocked if Bucks are in the conference finals. That's what will shock me.
The Bucks.
If the Bucks make the conference finals, I'll be shocked. That's as shocking as the Heat getting to the final. If the Bucks actually make the conference, I'll be shocked.
I like what's going on in the Bucks. They're underrated now. Hopefully, I can work in their favor.
The Bucks, I can see the Bucks losing to so many teams though. Like literally, if the Knicks got the Bucks, I think the Knicks have a good chance of beating the Bucks.
They'll make
the Knicks ain't being anyone.
They'll make it. They might make it difficult defensively.
I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Even the Pacers can beat them. If they got LeVert, Brogdon, Sabonis, they could beat them. You know, because if you guard, literally everyone knows if you're able to wall up the paint, and unless Giannis is going to change the way you can go deep with these guys.
Yeah, but I think Drew Holiday will help alleviate that.
How?
Because you can take some of the ball handling skills off Giannis, can get Giannis close to the paint, as in close to the rim. Sorry, not starting from the top of the key, that sort of stuff. Where it's easier to to really clamp down and stuff. They had Bledsoe before. Bledsoe wasn't really doing that sort of stuff. Wasn't helping to set up Giannis because he's like I said, he's a new age Shaq. He needs what's called a guard to set him up, and Drew Holiday can do that, and I hope he can. He could definitely do it better than whatever.
Are they beating the Philly?
I don't think so.
As President comes out.
I don't think so.
Nets.
I think they might take him 6 games. Nets, I don't think so.
I'm just trying to think of any strong teams. I think there's only 3 strong teams.
Celtics. I think they'll beat the Celtics still. I think they'll beat the Celtics. The
Celtics get a piece. They just need a center.
What's good? The Raptors. They play them good. So I wouldn't be surprised. You wouldn't shock when the Raptors beat them.
With this team,
the Heat. I think the Heat will come on strong. I could see the Heat.
So there's like 5 teams that there's like 4 teams.
4 teams. I think they could beat them. Yeah.
That's not good.
Could, but there's only 2 that I put out. They wouldn't be favourites on. But I still think the other 2. I think they'll be favourites.
That's not good, man. That's scary.
That's what it is.
Scary hours for Giannis with his 5-year contract stuck in perpetuity. He's stuck there. What is what it is.
He's getting his money though.
Yep, but get his peas up, man.
Is what it is.
They're gonna be crying for a trade soon.
I don't think he's the type to do that. But anyways, speaking of the Nets in the East, Blake Griffin, talk to me.
I know how to feel about it.
I think it's just an old dunny.
I mean,
he hasn't dunked since 2019 or something like that.
Apparently, like 25 games to be fair.
Oh wow, he hasn't even played that many games since 2019.
Yeah, this the pandemic, he's been injured. Blah blah blah.
The thing about Blake Griffin is that, in terms of the skill set he offers, I don't know how much the Nets need it because he's not going to give them anything defensively.
Yeah.
But they don't really need more on offense. Like they've got the offensive pieces they need. What I think he can offer though is something that I was talking about earlier, how former superstars have a certain knowledge of the game.
Yeah.
And he can bring that to that second unit.
Yeah.
Like, and he can really, and I mean, how much that second unit needs to be elevated, I don't know. But like, I feel like that having a former superstar in that second unit is of value in some way.
I think for me, what this move told me is that the big 3 are gonna miss more time going to the end of the season. So they just need some bodies. Like, obviously it's great to have Blake in the team. Like, he'll be a wonderful, like when they go small, they can go Jeff Green, Blake, KD, Kyrie, Harden. Now you got KD in the small forward spot, in the small ball lineup when he was going to be in the center spot. So that absolutely changed up everything for them. Like as an addition, if Blake is anything, all Blake has to do is be normal. Just be even just an ounce of what he is. He doesn't have to be great. He just has to you just need to be 12 and 5 and you'll be fine. And you're the full option. Like no one's keying down on you. You can just cut to the basket, layups, dunks sometimes.
Yeah, maybe they can get him a dunk, give him to break his streak. I mean, Blake adds rebounding for them. Defensively, like Gerald said, nah. But he does have, like Gerald said as well, the experience. He's played a lot of playoff games. Former top level player, so he has to know how to do something.
Best player in the league at one point.
That's yet to be determined.
Yeah, it was.
But I mean, he makes them, I guess, a tiny bit better with some depth and that, but he doesn't really move the needle per se.
It wasn't. But it's not about media. It's
about however, if he does play in the second unit, that's where he could really bring real value to the team. Him playing against second level players, you would expect Blake to somewhat dominate against those type of players. So we'll see.
It's not about. I guess it's not about domination or moving into. It's more about consolidating for those men. To be fair, what the Nets really need is a center. Until they get a center, they got some limitations and they really struggle against Embiid. I think they really do need a McGee or Dwight Howard type. Allen was actually the perfect piece, but obviously.
Very true.
He's gone.
Even Drummond, but I don't think I'll be shocked if they have enough money to get Drummond.
I think they still have space
for Drummond.
I think they're still trying to make a move. They're still trying to make a move for Drummond.
Oh god,
they got enough.
How much space do them guys have in their cap?
Because remember they lost a lot of players in that trade.
Yeah, but you think Kyrie should be on the max? KD should be someone on the max. Harden's on the max.
They lost Torian Prince, LeVert, Allen.
They're probably gonna get rid of Dinwiddie. I remember reading that somewhere.
Dinwiddie's gonna probably get traded now.
Yeah.
They got guys like Claxton and Sterling Brown. They got movable pieces. Obviously,
Okay.
Joe Harris is obviously a staple.
Joe. But the defense is, it's still worrying.
They don't. I think the Nets is the thing with the Nets is that the defense doesn't have to be so great. The pressure they put on you because they're gonna score this amount of points.
Yeah.
So now you're gonna be forcing shots. Your shots they might be easy, but you're forcing them because there's the pressure.
You need to score.
No, it's not about the defense having great. For me, it's more that they have so many guys that that are favorable matchups when they're defending. So you got Kyrie, guys will have to go against Kyrie. You got Harden, guys will have to, take Harden off the dribble. You got Joe Harris, guys will love to go. Guys will love to go against Joe Harris. If Blake's in the court, guys will love to go against Blake. It's only really Jeff Green and KD that you think, okay, cool. It's not necessarily a favorable matchup, but those guys, when you see those guys at the end of the court, when you're on the ball attacking, you're thinking, okay, cool, I've got you.
But think about this: when you were saying, Joe.
No, you go on.
I was gonna say, think about this: when teams are going away from their normal offense just to target one player, it doesn't always go great. But sometimes it affects the flow.
That's why I said they have like 3-4 guys to target.
But it will affect the flow. Not every team has 3 or 4 scoring options, though.
Yeah, and I feel like that adds to the pressure of them getting a center. Because if you have a center in the middle, that can be some. It doesn't need to be like an elite defender, but someone that can anchor that area in some way. It makes it improves the defense significantly because now it's not about like, oh, I just need to get past this guy and I've got the lane. It's like, oh, maybe I have to take this shot because this guy's in the paint.
Yeah, sure.
And so if they get someone like Drummond, that could help in some way just because he takes up space. He takes up a lot of space.
He's a big body.
It's deep because if DeAndre Jordan was anything like a bit of his prime, then he would be the perfect guy right now. But he's just
hope we can roll back the years. They're boys and that.
To do what?
To help you guys.
He's been done for about 4 years now.
It's mad. But anyways, we move on. Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic. I know you're a Nikola Jokic guy. Who you taking?
You know who I'm taking, but if we're talking about something else, like the MVP, I'm not taking the guy that you think I'm taking.
Well, right now we're just talking about those two guys.
Well, obviously,
I actually have 2 questions. Yeah, so who you taking and who you taking for MVP?
I'm taking Jokic over Embiid.
Embiid.
Because Embiid gets injured, gets stomach aches, and stuff like that. Where Jokic is always consistent and Jokic is always adding to his game, and Jokic makes the pieces around him better.
Fair.
I'll prefix it with this: assuming Embiid can somewhat stay healthy for a significant period of time, I'll take Embiid for not only the MVP this year, but also just going forward. Just because I feel like if we're talking about offensive game, Jokic is a better like I guess he can run an offense better. Yeah. He's a better floor general, but you don't in this modern era of the NBA, you don't want your center doing that. I don't think you want your center running the offense, so the fact that Jokic can pass like amazingly is great, but I don't see crazy amount of value in that. But I feel like in terms of their scoring, it's relatively even. So Embiid can score I think Embiid can score at the level Jokic can score, but it's what Embiid gives you defensively in the middle as the center. That's key because Jokic does not give you that. Mm-hmm. Jokic does not give you that at all. And also, Embiid, to me, he has that like that killer mentality in terms of like he feels like when he steps on the court, he feels like he's gonna dominate you. Mm-hmm. Like if you see how he talks in interviews, if you see how I remember watching something back in the day, like him and Drummond, like them talking. Every time Drummond would get worked, like I think that's really big. I mean, Jokic is a cold player, but I don't necessarily see that kind of level of competition from him.
I think he has that, but he just doesn't talk about it.
I think,
but you see what he's done in the playoffs. Like he's got big numbers, big performance. See what he done to the Clippers. Like Clippers were a lot of people's favorites. He got rid of them boys. I mean, Jokic just doesn't. He's not overconfident like
even against that
Embiid. He's not like an overt personality like Embiid. He's more covert, but he shows up and he turns out. He shows up and shows out. I mean, me personally, it's tight because offensively and defensively, the disparity is much wider on the defensive end. However, Jokic, can really make, can really get things going, makes the right plays, blah, blah, blah. But Embiid is injury prone. I mean, it's up and down. But, I like availability. I like guys who are going to be present. And so Embiid needs to show me more, especially in the playoffs, for me to put Embiid over him. Embiid will probably, if he stays on his track, win MVP. But as things stand, I'll still take Jokic. Probably for the fact he's available, he's shown me in the playoffs. Even though defensively Embiid's better, I will always say that. But Jokic is actually improving defensively as well. But yeah, if Embiid has another season like this, then we're really talking about Jokic has straps.